How are we? Can you guys hear me? Are we there? Are we good? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? I know I'm a bit early. I know. Sorry. Hey, what's wrong? I know you guys get upset when streamers start at things late, but you know, what's wrong with being early? I think it's fine. It's only 2 minutes, and besides, we're going to have just a little bit of chatting, just a little bit before, before we actually get into it. So, anyway, how you guys doing? Are we good? Are we good? I was planning for this to be a little bit of a shorter stream. But also, every time I say that, the stream ends up being about an hour or 2 hours, especially because it's about Toon Turf, which means I can just ramble and ramble and ramble. Although I got to keep myself in check. I'll talk a lot about a bunch of stuff and things, but anyway, how you guys doing? First off, before any of the, la 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 la, how you guys doing? Happy New Year. It's January 3rd, 2026. Isn't that crazy? Oh, every single time. It's so weird. For a long time, it's always like, I can't explain it, but it's hard for me to get used to the fact that it's a new year, which, is a lot of people. But every time it's an even number year, I'm like, yes, it is 2022. That makes sense in my brain. And then when it's an odd number year, then it doesn't make sense. But for some reason, 2026 doesn't feel like a realistic year. Doesn't 2026 just sound like something far off in the future that, like, I don't know, personally, I never thought I was going to live to see the day that we got here. So, I'm shocked. I'm really like, I told my parents a while ago, like, or my mom a while ago, I was like, you know what? She was like, so what are your plans for the future and everything? This is when I was like fresh out of high school. And I was like, honestly, I thought I was going to die a couple years ago. This is all unexplored territory for me, which is a common sentiment I'm finding in my generation, our generation, whatever, is just like that people just didn't think they would survive until adulthood. And now that we're here, we're like, well, what now? I mean, come on. What are you talking about, man? Anyway, hey, so before we get started, I want to make it clear that this is not the behind-the-scenes stream of Toon Turf. I will be showing how I draw, a little bit of how I animate, and a little bit of the softwares and stuff. But this is not the behind-the-scenes stream where we're going to go, like, in-depth into all the scenes and see, like, a full view of the factory and the house and the houses and all that stuff, and Toonville and stuff. We'll go in Toonville for just a second, but the big, massive behind-the-scenes stream is the only reason. Listen, before I say this, I want you guys to know I'm not gatekeeping it or anything, but it is locked in a members-only live stream, and that's not because, like, oh, give me money. It's because the members have subscribed to me for so long and been members for so long without any, I don't know, anything, you know what I mean? I mean, they've had a little bit of, like, shorts and, like, members-only streams every now and then, but the longest time, the promise was that behind-the-scenes stuff would be in the members-only thing, and it's a little bit of guilt as well that I just, they've given me money for the past, like, couple years and just supported me without any, without anything, and they're just happy to do it. And so that's why the big, long members-only stream is going to be, like, the full-on behind-the-scenes. But we still will show how I drew everything and yada, 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 mostly because I don't think people believe me. Whenever I say, oh, I made this in PowerPoint, they're like, yeah, sure, buddy. And I'm like, no, I'm not joking. And then they're like, what the heck are you, what's wrong with you? Do you have a disease in your brain? And, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to get into it. First, let me read the chat really quick and get caught up. But, hey, how you guys doing? How has your new year been so far, all right? 2026 is going to be great. Not a single thing will go wrong, guys, right? Right? We're all in agreement, right? We all agree just to not do any bad things in 2026, right? It's going to be great. All right, hold on. Let me get my chat pulled up. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Okay, there we go. All right, hold on. Let me see the chat. How are we doing? Jeez, we got a bunch of super chats already. Okay, hold on. Let me read the super chats first. Oh, I burped. Sorry. All right, fan funding. Here we go. Here we go. Danno, I need more Riggy content. No, we all need more Riggy content. Well, not me, because it kills me whenever I make... No, I'm kidding. I'm enjoying it. Hey, you know what? There's a Riggy short coming out in the next 2 days on his channel. It's not, like, super big or anything. It's just, like, one more little promotional bit for Toon Turf. And then, I think I mentioned it before, but we're going to have, like, the in-universe bloopers. Kind of like, how Pixar used to do it at the end of their movies and stuff. We have those. That are coming, and they're going to be shorts as well. Originally, I wanted them to be in the episode, but A, I ran out of time. B, it actually seemed kind of pace-breaking. Leia, actually, we had to talk about it and stuff, and, honestly, my story consultants for the pilot was just my brother and my girlfriend. That was it. And episode 2 onward, it's nice because I'm able to talk to a bunch of my friends, Cinemunch and Deegis, they have like film degrees. So it's nice and it's nice just talking to them and just like sharing the scripts with them and everything. I am currently in the process of not like, when I say rewrite, I'm not like changing much in terms of like the story, because I've had the story on lock for a long time and I want to make sure it all connects and is satisfying and stuff. But pacing and character dialogue and things like that, things that were criticized, is that the right word? Critiqued in the first episode. And I'm not saying like, oh, it wasn't like hateful, like oh, this is bad. It was more just like criticisms in terms of like, hey, you need to improve this. And so that's and that's what I'm really grateful for. Like I think I've told you guys before, without criticism I can't improve. And I know that Toon Turf is like, it's the first ever cinematic thing I've ever made. So I appreciate seeing critiques and stuff. So it's nice, and to be fair, there's a difference between critiques and I'm not watching baby slop show by slop YouTuber, which is honestly just kind of hilarious to see and kind of like, shoot. But, what are you going to do at that point? There's a certain point where you just got to admit, like, some people aren't going to watch it. Some people aren't going to like it. And everybody has free will. You know what I mean? We're a community built on peace. We're not going to force anybody to like anything. Whoa. And that's just the way the world is. But either way, I said it on Twitter a little while ago, but I'm going to say it again so everybody hears it. Not everybody needs to like Toon Turf. I am just grateful that a lot of you do, and a lot of you really enjoyed it. And so that's who I'm making it for, is all the people who enjoyed it. And hopefully, we can change some people's opinions with the rest of the season and the rest of the show as a whole. But if not, it's okay. As long as you guys are happy, as long as you guys are enjoying it, then I am happy making it for you. So yeah. All the time, you guys have heard me say if Toon Turf fails, like in streams and stuff, annoyingly so, like, oh, if Toon Turf does well, if Toon Turf fails, blah, blah, blah. That was more so not me saying if the entire internet hates it, but mostly just if you guys hate it. You know what I mean? Like, that was my concern. Like, I was making it hoping that my core fan base would be happy with it, and then hopefully it could grow a little beyond and bring more people in, so that way we could get enough funding and everything to make sure that it... Oh, thank goodness. Okay, my appointment's tomorrow. No, 2 days. Okay, geez, I thought it was today. I just got a text message for a appointment reminder. Woo, that was scary. Anyway, but yeah, it's so nice just scrolling through the comments and seeing like the newest replies and stuff on the Toon Turf episode, and just feeling grateful. And then honestly, it was such a weird feeling, because I thought like the second that I finished the first episode, I'm going to be exhausted. I'm not going to want to do anything for a little while. I'm going to take a massive break and yada, yada, yada. And I thought that if there was any criticism or whatever, that I would just break down and cry and be defeated. Because Leia said it best. She said episode 1, she said my shorts and everything, I'm not even, like, super duper proud of my shorts. I've never been, like, prideful in my shorts, or, like, when people criticize them, I kind of agree. I'm not, like, super protective of them, right? Because they are simple, and it's just me educating and stuff. It's not really putting my heart on the line. And there's sometimes when I don't even enjoy making some of the shorts, you know what I mean? I'm doing it just because I know I have to, and I know that people are depending on it, you know what I mean? People are waiting for it and stuff like that. And also doing it for... doing it for money, doing it for funding in order to make Toon Turf, which is my dream project. You know what I mean? Something that I'm actually really protective of, and I really wanted to do well. And Leia said, Toon Turf is the first time that you're putting like yourself out there, like your heart on the line for heartbreak. You know what I mean? That wasn't the exact phrasing that she said it, but yeah, that's the way it goes. Is Toon Turf was the first time that I actually like put something out there that I loved, and so when people attack it, it feels a lot harsher than when people attack my shorts, because some people call my shorts cringe or something, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But with Toon Turf, you know what I mean? It's a lot. It's just a lot different with criticism and everything. But again, I am grateful for all the people that give me genuine critiques and stuff, and everything. And so the hope is that I can improve it over the coming months and years and everything. Right now, I'm rewriting season 1 to just make sure things pace better and everything. For a while, I talked about sorry, I'm getting into a big thing. There will be a long form video uploaded on this channel sometime in the next month, talking about the future of Toon Turf and what it looks like with the budget and the season as a whole and yada yada yada. So just look out for that. But for now, let's get into the nitty gritty of how I actually made the darn thing in PowerPoint. Hold on, let me keep reading this. VRBeast_GT, thank you for the 99 cents. Honey, wake up the kids. Danno showing us how he made Toon Turf. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Membership for 21 months is crazy. Membership for 10 months. Hi, the Gear Game Dev. Hey, Danno, my birthday was a while ago. Anyway, I want to say Toon Turf was amazing. Hey, happy late birthday. Hope that I'm super grateful you enjoyed Toon Turf. Toon Turf is awesome. Thank you so much. It's Tyrannics. Thank you for the $2. Hey, Danno, will you be attending VidCon Anaheim this year? I'm going to say there's like an 85% chance. I'll keep you guys updated. Happy New Year's, Danno. I felt that new short hit me in the heart, but trust me, it'll be okay. I'm super hyped for Toon Turf Episode 2. Thank you so much, Spooky Night. I appreciate it. Dacha said 5 gift memberships. Hey, thank you, Dacha, for spreading around the memberships. What a goat. Okay, honestly, I'm surprised that you use PowerPoint. Pure talent. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's not talent, it's a stubbornness. I'll get to that in a second. Speaking of 2026, yay to any sticks months. Don't sick months. Thanks for being a member for 26 months. I can't read. Either you can't type or I can't read, but I'm just gonna go with me not being able to read. 22 months is crazy. Anywho, hoping 2016 is treating you decent and that sewer looked very pretty and beautiful. What the hey? Oh yeah, that'll also be in the members only stream. I'll give a little tiny little sneak peek tour of the sewer and the funeral. But yeah, I'm gonna get the big package with all the merch soon. Hey, you're running out of time. I might be able to extend it, but I also can't promise it. So I'm just gonna go out just for now. Let's say that there is seriously only 8 days left to get all of the Riggy merch. So go do that now before you forget. Actually, I need to do that. I promised my mom that I would get her merch, and I haven't yet. So that's bad. Welcome to Danno and Riggy's membership. Hey, welcome to the membership, Zach Lepau. Papu, thank you. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Hey, Danno, do you think you could say Azzy's pronouns are they, them, and Riggy's voice is a reminder for my family? Azzy's pronouns are they, them. Got you covered. Hey, Danno, what was the thing you most remember about Toon Turf, like the firework cubes or the Wheat Z fighting? Wheat Z fighting. Z fighting. Oh, I'm so mad about that. Yeah, if you guys don't know, the wheat was like, it's tracked to the camera, and so it started like clipping through each other, which Z fighting is the official term for it. But the thing I most remember about Toon Turf, I still have that glass stuck in my head that's just like, Arr! Also, some details in the ending scene when Riggy's crying and he's supposed to have a couple scratches on his face, and his house, the tree branches were hidden, the ones that are supposed to break through his house, which sucks that that's just going to appear in episode 2 because I hate that, continuity errors. But to be fair, Darius explained that, some things disappear sometimes, and so we'll just go with that. But, it works for the story, and it works to excuse my bad, stressed out animating. Hopefully there won't be as many continuity errors in episode 2. Danno, is Lucky real? Everybody is as real as you believe. It's like Santa Claus. Just pretend they're real. I'm kidding. Kitka Official. Hey, welcome to the membership. I hope drawing in PowerPoint is easier than slides. Yeah, I can't imagine drawing in Google Slides. Thank you for the 99 cents. Stephanie Phillips, thank you for the $1. AJ Too Dark. Danno, important question. Where's Toon Turf episode 2? I need it. Wait for the video. I'll talk about it in the video. Trust. Ferric Fox. Hey, the Ferric. Thank you for the 10 memberships. What a goat. Have you ever watched an indie animated web series called Battle for Dream Island? It recently had a few of their episodes shown in theaters. I saw about that. That's insane. I haven't seen any BFDI, but it does look like, dude, that's so cool. For an indie animated show on YouTube to get in theaters is just a wild, amazing accomplishment, and that is so cool. Thank you for the 99 cents, Jamelia Barnes. Thank you, Steve Boss, for the $1.99. Hey, Danno, I just wanted to say Crispy Beaver. Don't ask. Getting react to the Toon Turf song by Benji X Scarlet. No, I saw it. Funny. Oh my gosh. I've seen a couple of those Toon Turf songs that are, I don't want to say, yeah, whatever. They're just, if you know, you know. 8 months as a member is crazy. Never regretted it. Thank you, Starving Artist. I appreciate it. Although that's a little concerning. Your name is Starving Artist and you're spending money on me every month. Hey, feed yourself first. Pay for yourself to give money first. That's not okay. Chill. But thank you for being a membership for so long. Made a custom rhythm game called the Toon Turf Theme. Hey, that's amazing. Heck yeah. Almost sword, whatever. Hey, yeah, who would do that? Draws in Google Slides. Oh my gosh. Hey, hopefully you'll switch to PowerPoint after the stream. And thank you for the membership, JJ the DJ 7432. All right, there we go. Let's get into it so you guys can see. Okay, so we will be doing a couple things this episode. First, I'm just gonna go over a episode stream. First, I'm going to go over a couple of the stuff that are a couple character bits from the actual show, and then we are going to design our own character that will appear in episode 2 and beyond. So, let's get to it. First up, let's just start with Riggy. So, just just so you guys believe me, all right? This is going to shatter a lot of your guys' worldview. And also, if you like to pretend that Riggy is real and you want to just continue living in that ignorant bliss, then just click off now. Also, minor spoilers, because I'm sure I'm going to talk about Toon Turf's ending and stuff. But also, to be fair, I mean, come on. How are you a fan of... How are you watching this stream if you haven't gone to see Toon Turf yet? I feel like you would have... I don't know. Anyway, all right. Whew. Okay, first up. There we go. So, this is Riggy in Toon Turf. Hey, there we go. We already got the mouth off. Okay, so in PowerPoint, the thing that I do a lot is grouping things, so that way it's actually manageable. But let me just ungroup everything, so that way it just shows. Hold on. Group, ungroup, group, ungroup, group. Hold on. Oh, no, you guys can't see the thing. Hold on. Oh, it's okay. All right, well, whatever. Anyway. So look, yes, every single part of Riggy is removable, and you know, it's all in pieces. This is all everything. This is all the parts. And honestly, and by the way, when I say that I've done all this in PowerPoint, this is totally like the least good way to do things. I'm sure that if I learned how to animate in Adobe Animate or something, then things would be so much faster and better. But this is just the way that I learned growing up, and it wasn't like I just suddenly picked up PowerPoint and was like, oh, I'm going to learn how to animate. Well, that's kind of how it was, but it was just the fact that I've been doing it since I was a kid. Oh, I can't control Z all that. But anyway, you get it. Crud. That's funny. Anyway, but yeah. So usually when I make a new character, what I'll do is I'll just copy Riggy or another character that I think looks a little similar, and then I'll just mesh it and malleable it. You know, work with it to make it into a new character, but we'll be starting from scratch this time. Here's Crank. You know, here's Crank. His nose and everything can come off and blah, 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 blah. Crank is actually interesting because, as you see, he has no mouth. It's because this is his mouthpiece that just gets saved on its own and then can move inside of Premiere. So, to be clear, by the way, I didn't just use PowerPoint. A little misleading. I'm sorry if that breaks some illusion. But no, I used PowerPoint, Premiere, and Blender. Those are the only 3 programs. To draw everything, though, I used PowerPoint. And nothing was drawn in any other program, which is insane to say. And then to animate, I used Premiere and sometimes After Effects, but mostly just Premiere. After Effects if there's just too many moving pieces, so I can keep track of things better and make things react a little easier. And then to actually make it all 3D, I use Blender, and I'll get to all that in a second. So anyway, and then we got everybody's favorite Beaver, and he gets pulled apart too. You can ungroup things, and then, yeah, there you go, and then Control-Z, group it again, and there you go. Yeah, so there you go. There's Billy, and then his little tail disconnects usually, and yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, all right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's design our own character first, and then this is going to take a solid minute to figure this, to make a character, so prepare for a little bit of a long haul. But first up, let's actually figure out what we want to do. First step in designing a character, for me, what I do is reference images, because every single artist uses reference images. First up, let's figure out, so usually what I'll do is I'll just Google a specific animal, I'll put him here, and then I'll look up just any sort of like clothing design or something like that, and then make something similar. So, what do you guys want to do? I didn't think about this ahead of time. I was thinking maybe a meerkat, but if you guys want something else, then we'll figure it out. What are you guys thinking? Whatever you guys think we should draw. Giraffe. I haven't drawn a giraffe, actually. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever put a giraffe in Toon Turf. Jack Black is not an animal. Jack Black is a famous actor who played Steve in the Minecraft movie. Red cat, ferret, bobcat, hedgehog. Not seeing a lot of repeating animals right here. All right. Koala. I think I already have a koala in Toon Turf. I'm leaning towards giraffe. All right, hold on. Let me make a poll really quick. Hold on. All right, let me make a poll. Hold on. We're gonna start a poll. All right, I'll put a couple options. I'm seeing. Hold on. All right, you know what? Let's just do giraffe, and then what else? We had. My gosh, the chat's going too fast. I can't read. Hold on. Okay, I'm seeing ferret a couple times. We'll do ferret. And what else? I feel like a cat is a little too easy, which is why I don't want to put it on here. If enough people want it, then we'll do... You know what? I'll put cat on here, too. And then one more option. Alright, we'll do axolotl. Axolotl. Cool. Alright, here's the poll. Whatever you guys want. Just vote, alright? Oh. Wow, axolotl's a lot more popular than I thought it would be. Is that really what we're going with? Alright, if you guys want an axolotl, we'll do an axolotl. Jeez, Minecraft really boosted their popularity. I did not know they existed before Minecraft, and I feel like a lot of people didn't know either. Alright. A lot of axolotls. Okay. Alright, axolotl. We'll do an axolotls. Alright, 2 more things. Alright, so hold on. Let me write these down. Axolotl. Alright. And then... Alright, to make a character... hold on. So, axolotl. Good. And now we need to figure out what kind of personality the axolotl has. That's the second step. Every single character has to have, like, yes, the animal... think of Animal Crossing, all right? Every character has, you know, an animal, an emotion, and then a style that accompanies that emotion. So, after that... Sorry, I thought I recognized somebody in the chat, but it's going too fast. I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on. No, I can't see. This chat's going way too fast. Hi, Karumba. Big fan. Can I get a shout out? I'm a small animator inspired by you. Yeah, sure. Shout out Wave TV. How you doing? All right. Let me see. We have insecure, energetic, clingy, angry, a glazer. I like insecure. That's kind of cool. To be fair, I feel like I have a couple insecure people, though. Fancy. All right, fancy, mischievous. So what's interesting is sometimes it's fun to make characters that don't... Or sometimes it's fun to add personalities to characters that don't exactly match. Because axolotls are normally chill and sleepy. So maybe we could do the opposite of, like... Let's see. Hold on. I feel like you're dying. I remember this short when you said you're about to die. You'd give a tutorial on how to do renders like you. No, it's... you know, when I die, I will release all of, like, the riggy PNGs and stuff so people can animate him however they want. That's what I'll do when I die. But, yeah, no. I'm just, I didn't want to gatekeep my, my drawing and everything. And also, it's just kind of cool to know that, like, it's kind of cool, I think, to know that, like, you can use just whatever you have around. Because the reason I started using PowerPoint is just because it was what was on my mom's computer when I was, I don't know, like 10 or something. So, yeah. An alcoholic. Oh my gosh, wait, I like that. Guys, let's make an alcoholic axolotl. Okay, alcoholic axolotl, done. Alright, alright, so hold on. Axolotl, alcoholic. Alright, and then we need just a little bit of a clothing style. So I think alcoholics usually have, like, a little bit less, give them a British personality. Or is he gonna look like Lucky with, like, the messed up suit and everything? So maybe he's, like, overworked and everything. Sweater. I feel like sweater's not detailed enough. Can we do, like, top hat seems a little too out there. I feel like he would stick out in the background. Do you sell Toon Turf posters? Yes. Riggy.shop, baby. Hawaiian style. Oh, good call. Jeez, I don't know how I haven't done that yet. I haven't given anybody Hawaiian style, and I love wearing Hawaiian shirts. Okay, perfect. We're going to go alcoholic axolotl, alliteration, with tropical wear. All right. There we go. We got it sorted. So maybe he's just taking a long-term vacation, all right? That's what we're going to go with. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Full screen. Here's the 3 things that we got to figure out. All right, so now we get to go find references. I'm not going to Google alcoholic. We're just going to try to figure that one out. But we will do axolotl images. And then here we go. All right, let's get just a couple of the ones that pop up first. All right, they got these hold on. That one. We got that one. Hold on. And then It looks to me like the biggest thing is just their like ear things, right? See, with animals, in my style and stuff, the point of it isn't to add many details to make it look like as accurate as possible because it's a cartoon. And also there's other things that do that a lot better than me. So for me, usually what I do is I just take one massive feature out of the creature to be able to tell what it is, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, and then just apply that. So here we go. We got our axolotl reference pictures, and then I'm just going to look up tropical wear images. Hold on. Tropical wear. Oh, do you guys want him to be a guy or a female design? Hold on. Or just which side he leans towards. Hold on, it's speeding up. All right, let me see. Give it an infinity gauntlet. Yeah. Let me see. Can we give him like you know what? Hold on. Yeah, sure. We'll give him yellow gloves. We'll give him Thanos gloves. Hold on. We'll figure that out when we get there. I like adding just like one little tiny like quirk to characters usually. I'm seeing a lot of guys. We'll just do guy. We'll do guy. It doesn't matter. I feel like it would be easier to draw a girl in this scenario, so we'll do guy because it's easier to add, or it's kind of harder to do like a guy in or no, maybe it would be harder to do a girl in tropical wear, but I feel like tropical. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them a girl wearing men's tropical wear. There you go. But we have a lot of girl characters in Toon Turf. You know what? We'll figure out the gender later. We'll just do men's tropical wear for now. All right. Tropical wear men, and then we'll just figure out the gender at the end. But I do want them to just be wearing like the shorts and the tropical t-shirts and stuff. All right, hold on. Let me get some good references here. There we go. All right, I like that. Oh, hold on. All right. All right, I like that. Oh, I really love that, but I feel like that's too fancy for him. Hold on. I love this, but I think it's a bit much. That's something I would wear, though. Alright. Hold on. I'm just getting these references really quick. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Next up, what we can do... There we go. Toss all these around here. And then we got to get a color wheel. Color wheel. Alright. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Cool. So, again, we're going to start from scratch. Even though normally it would be so easy to just copy and paste these eyes and then just change things about them. But we're going to just start completely from scratch. You know what? I will start up here, though, just so we can remake it. So, hold on. So, for the eye, let's do this first. There we go. It's usually about, like, here, I think. There we go. Outline, weight, hold on, right click, format shape, line, black, width, like 3, yeah, that looks good, and then always having a stupid drop shadow for no reason. Alright, I think I want it to be a little more squinty though, and also we're going to have the cap type be round, so that way we can have that. I want him to be like a little bit more of a squinty axolotl. Have a little more like smaller eyes. There we go. I do still want to bring him around though a little bit. Let's see. I think this is probably fine. Alright. Alright, that's about right. Align, middle. Hold on. Ah, okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna change it to where we can see the overlays. I'm just gonna do display capture instead. So that way we can see everything that's going on. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. Settings. You know what? Hold on. Let me just do display capture instead. Add display capture. Display capture. Capture method. Regular? I don't know. This one. There we go. Cool. Alright, give me a second. Hold your horses. Alright, there we go. And then let me put this behind everything so that way we can see. Alright, cool. I think that's good, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. Alright, now you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so now we need to do his actual eyeballs, and they'll be, let's see, probably, I want him to have just like a little, I want him to be a little cutesy, so we'll have him get a little larger eyeballs. Black, no outline, drop shadow, a little bit of a small one, here we go, give it white, there we go, and then we will add the, hold on, where is it? What shape do I usually use for the eyeball parts? Jeez, yeah, there it is. Okay, I was gonna say. There we go, and this will be, let's give him, I'm thinking like a dark green. Yeah, we'll give him dark green eyes. There we go. Give that a drop shadow. Flip it around. Wicked Witch. Sorry. Tiny. There we go. Cool. Our nice little axolotl eye. Perfect. Alright, here's our little guy. Does that look cute? There we go. And then what we can do... There we go. I feel like they're too small. Let me raise them a little bit. There we go. Alright, and then we can group, ungroup, arrange, align, middle, G. Make sure these are arranged, aligned, middle. Good. Alright, there we go. That's a good start. Perfect. Alright, and we're done. Tune in to the members-only stream, pay $50, and then we'll continue. I'm kidding. Alright, now, here's what we can do. We can look at these. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of similarities where they all have this sort of, like, rounded head. So let's do that. So we're going to give him this kind of shape, and then, there we go. There we go. Make it a little nice. Let's see. Okay, what kind of color should he be, too? I know they usually come in pink. Hold on, let me see. What colors are axolotls? Jeez, it can be all over the spectrum. Okay, so what I was going to do, usually what I do is I look up what colors they naturally are, and then I sometimes try to avoid those colors. Sometimes I lean into it, but sometimes I try to avoid it. But I was thinking, let me see. All right, hold on, color wheel. So green, we'll do these two. Hold on, these will be his skin and eye color. Hold on, let me take this out of here. Copy to clipboard. So he's got a dark green, which means that I kind of want to go. Oh, hold on, fill. Feels a little too dark. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. That's good enough. Hold on, let me fix his eyes then. If his eyes are like here. Nah, but that looks too riggy colored. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll just do that. He might have a little bit of dark eyes because he's, you know, he's got his issues. All right, and then let me look what else. They look like they have like little. Hold on. Okay. I want to make his eyes, but or I want to make his eyeball or his eyelids, but sometimes, usually the face is like. I try to like hone in on the face like towards the end as well. We just stick with 3 points for a lot of these things too. Give him that, and then all right, let's do his little spikes. Let's do his little. Hold on, I gotta get a better look at these. What do they look like in Minecraft? Axolotl Minecraft. It's nice to look up simplified versions of things too, so that way I can see what's going on. Okay, interesting. So they just have like a little bit of a squiggly. I feel like that's too simplified though. What are they? Is there any biologists in the chat? I don't even... What are they? Yeah, they're gills. Yeah, but it's just... Is it have to be like tubular? Is that how he breathes in? Okay, hold on then. You know what I want to do? It looks like they're bendy. It looks like they always bend up, but I wonder if we can get away with them bending down a little bit and have him still be recognizable. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. All right. And then... All right, let's do this. And then have him... I feel like they're too big. Alright, what's the opposite of this color? Orange. Perfect. Alright, let me get an orange then. Hold on. Copy clipboard. These are going to look like dreads if I'm not trying hard enough. Or if I don't try hard enough. Hold on. I guess that would be fine, but we'll see. Alright. There we go. Shape format. Come over here. There we go. Looks fine enough. He looks like a spider right now, but it's okay. Alright, cool. Alright, now let's add a little bit of detail onto these. Let's add his, like, feather-looking things. These look like feathers, right? I don't know. Alright. They look like just, like, kind of like strewn about like this. Am I wrong? Make these, like, the darker color. 3. And again, usually the colors and stuff change as we go on. This outline looks a little too thick. I'll just do this. There we go. Alright, now if we do this. There we go. Looks decent enough, yeah? Am I wrong? That looks pretty axolotl-y to me. Make it curve behind the head. Hold on. I gotta pull up the thing. I gotta pull up the chat so I can read more. Alright. Because I feel like people are gonna be yelling at me that to make changes and I'm not able to read. Alright. Hold on. Let's see. I would not think this is an axolotl if I only saw this. Hey, we're working on it, alright? Also, to be fair, how much can people recognize axolotls? But also, hey, that's a thing in Toon Turf, you know what I mean? Like, some animals, you don't really, like, 100% know what they're supposed to be until somebody says it out loud. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. There's plenty of people out there who can draw a photorealistic axolotl and have it be very obvious and stuff. And also, like, I was watching Zootopia the other day, and I was like, dang, they're really, like, you know, they try hard to, like, make the animals accurate to what they are. And that is an insane talent. But it's just... I don't know. It's not photorealism that we're shooting for here, which some people might say is lazy or a cap-out, which I'm sorry. Maybe I should be trying harder, but I don't know. I just think it's fun to, you know, it's a cartoon. Not everything has to be realistic. All right, let's see. And besides, we can play around with the colors afterwards, too, if we don't like it. Okay, now I feel like there's too many gills here. What if we just... Let me see. They sort of like... Man, I chose one of the hardest animals, man. Should have just gone with the giraffe. You guys just wanted to give me a challenge, didn't you? I feel like they need to get a little smaller as we go up. Maybe that's what it is. Is that okay? What are we thinking? What if we make it like all like a different blue? No. What am I missing? Something wrong. You mean we chose one of our... Yep. We'll figure out the name at the end. That's usually how it goes. Very rarely do I come up with a name before the character design. Because at that point, I'm in a box and I'm trying to fit it into the design. All the same color, please? Okay. Alright, we'll make it all this kind of like lightish blue. Maybe we'll give him... Well, maybe we'll work on the clothes, making an accent color. Alright. That looks pretty axolotl-y. Alright, now... Usually we wait to the end to do shadows, but... Since we're going to be duplicating this part, we have to do it first. Hold on. These are all fine for the most part. Sorry, I'm locked in. There we go. Toss that to the back. Cool. Actually, yeah. Okay, now what we can do, let's do the spikes first. I can't tell what they are. Are they spikes? I don't know. The shading. That's not right, because I think everything's going to go like this. So, hold on. Let me do the shading for this bit first. There we go. I say shading. Sounds so professional. It's not professional at all. It's so bad. My shading and everything, it's not... If you guys look at the episode, everything just goes to the bottom left. It's just to add a little bit of detail. And Darius even points it out. He says, shadows hitting folks in ways that don't line up. Yeah. It's bad. I'm not a good artist, guys. I'm not a good artist. That was, again, one of the other things that I was so worried about with Toon Turf, is that actual artists were going to watch it and critique everything about how bad I am. I like telling story more than art, which is bad. This is why we need a good budget with the merch and everything, so I can hire people that are actually better at this. Actually good at this. Not just better, but like actually have talent. So keep seeing it in chat. I don't know why. Oh, because of the orange and the yellow. I got it. Or the orange and the... I got it. I get it. Maybe we'll name him Perry at the end. There we go. Good. Every single shadow I make, I have a... It's always just 85. And then I drop shadow it. 85% transparency. Honestly, I think I might be able to get away with not even putting a shadow on these. Hold on, let me... I would be able to get away with it. And especially since we're on a stream, I should. But it will bother me if I don't. Especially because we're going to copy-paste this like 6 times. Perry the platypus. We can make him pink if you guys want to make him more recognizable. I don't know. Thought it'd be fun if he wasn't. Alright, no outline. 85. Cool. Alright. Let me group these first. Cool. And then I can group all these. Cool. Alright. Group this. Send it back. Alright. Cool. Come on, that looks like an axolotl, alright? Some people are like, oh, I wouldn't do... this is an axolotl. Get real. Come on. It's not great, but come on. Yeah, see? Do they usually flip upwards? Am I... Hold on. I mean, I know they usually, like, do this, but it... I like it more the other way. Am I wrong? Maybe if they're more on the top of the head. There we go. That's our little buddy. There we go. Right? Nice. See? There we go. I'm not happy with this head shape. It looks too... Yeah, there we go. Let's... Oop. Hold on. I messed him up. Gave him a little dent. There we go. Much better. Alright, cool. Now we do the eyebrows. Eyebrows. The whatever. Why is this... okay, hold on. Cap type. Round. Why did I make this so thick? What am I doing? Make it a 3. Shrink it a lot. There we go. Why does this look different? This is the shape I used, right? Did I just draw these? Maybe I just did. Okay, hold on. Alright, fine. I don't know why. I thought I used that shape for that one, but I guess not. Alright, 3. Bring it up. It looks a bit too much, actually. We'll bring it down to 2.5. Cap type around. Put a shadow on it. There we go. Let's make him a little tired. Oh, wrong tool. There we go. Outline. This. Oop. Nope. Make this 3. Shadow. Cap type around. As you can see, it gets a little repetitive, but it's okay. This is bad. I feel like I'm poisoning a generation by teaching you all how to draw in PowerPoint. This is not the right way to draw, guys. Please use actual software. Although, to be fair, anything is better than AI, so if this is the way you want to draw, then go ahead. It's starting to feel like Bob Ross over here. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Rotate it, flip it, put it over here. And then, do they have noses? They don't have noses, right? Yeah, let's just give him a little mouth like that then. Cool. I feel like there's some details that we could add. Let me see. But their skin just looks so... Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of freckles here. Is that just me, or are you guys seeing like... Okay, that looks like freckles, okay. Because I feel like his face is too plain right now, so let's give him some freckles. Let's give him some freckles. I could just do that. Huh. Let's see, hold on. We could do... Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's give him some freckles. These look a little too big. We'll see. How's that? Hold on, let me shrink him. Let me shrink him a little more just so we can see. I like that more. There we go. Cool. He's got some nice little freckles. Let's add some eye bags. Add some little purplish eye bags. Make it a little more transparent. There we go. Cool. Alright. Rotate, flip it around. Wicked Witch, okay. Cool. Not too shabby, man, if I do say so myself. Shadows don't line up. There we go. Alright. Not bad. Alright, now we can finish off the face shape. Again, we can come back to it later. Always making sure that we're just moving along. Alright, that's the point, is you could spend hours perfecting something, or you could just move on. And then come back to it later. Because you can always fix it. You can always fix it later. You just have to make sure it exists first. 85. And good. Alright, we got Buddy's head. Wow, look at that. So nice. Am I wrong for thinking maybe these could be bigger? Alright, so what else I do is if I have to make a lot of changes, because as you guys saw, I got stuck not being able to control Z enough of it, so then I just dupe this, and I just have that back there in case I want to go back to it. So let's see, because we're going to be making some big changes now right here with this whole body, so which one? And then it's nice to be able to compare them. And I'm wrong. I like this one more. Cool. Alright. I feel like he wouldn't have a neck. Like, he looks stubby enough to not have a neck, but it also, I don't think, would work with the button down. Because this is the vibe that we're going to give him. We're going to give him a nice little button down and then maybe an undershirt. Or maybe not an undershirt. Maybe this will be the first shirtless character in Toon Turf. Let's go with that, actually. Alright, so these are the designs that we're looking at. You guys thinking flowers or fruit? I'm kind of leaning towards fruit, actually. But these are still designs that we could use. Let me see. Maybe some oranges. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's where we can put our orange. He'll be wearing some oranges on his shirt. Alright, let's draw an orange. No, get away from me. Alright, yeah, he'll have some oranges on his tropical shirt. What does an orange look like? Am I stupid? Hold on. Orange fruit. Alright, there we go. The most basic picture of an orange that has ever existed. Hold on. Let me grab his freckles. This is another part of what I do is I just, you just copy and paste from all these different bits, because if not, then you'll just be working forever. Make it faster. This is good enough. Alright, and then draw a nice little stem. Make it like a greenish. Geez, these are both 3. Alright, well, you know what? We can escape with getting these down, considering it's going to be on his shirt. And then let's have a nice little leaf. Oop, broke it. Hold on. There we go. Very lovely. Should they both be this brighter green? Should they be darker? We'll go darker for now. The other one looks a little too jarring. Yeah, 3 is a bit much. Even 2 is a bit much. Jeez, 1.5. Does that work for this too, or are we just going to do that? Alright. If you insist. Cool. A nice little orange. Alright. There we go. And let's give it shading. Cool. Draw that. Hold on. Ah! Hold on. There we go. Sometimes when you're doing the shading on like a little small level like this, it's a bit harder. 85. There we go. Take both. Oh, hold on. Ungroup. Take all of this. Is this grouped? Ungroup. Take all of this. Do it as this. That. Oh, there we go. Bring that to the front. Nope, I was wrong. Put that back. Do that. Cool. We got a nice little orange. And then let's give this a nice last little touch of its shading as well. Cool. Lovely. Perfect. Alright, there we go. We got a nice little orange. Alright. Yeah, that'll be nice to duplicate all over a shirt. Jeez, I looked over in the chat. You guys are just spamming orange? Okay, okay. You're good. You're good. I see you. I hear you. Don't worry. You are seen. Ugh. Hold on. Ugh. Okay. There you go. What's the orange for? For a shirt. We're going to have like a nice little like shirt design with a bunch of oranges on it. Alright. So how do these shirts work? I don't want to do white. I feel like white would be... Ooh, these stripes look kind of nice. But this also matches color. Ooh, could we do stripes with oranges? But then they can't be that color. So what else? You know what's cool about these Hawaiian shirts is we don't have to make a match at all. But I feel like yellow and purple is too clashy. So what if we did... Interesting. What if we did this color? Hold on. This color and... Hold on. Copy to clipboard. Put this here. Oh. Get away from me. Put this down here. There we go. I just gotta experiment with these colors really quick. Okay, here we go. Take these, align, distribute horizontally, make sure it all whatever. Okay, now this will be... Let's check. Alright, if this is this color, let's group these. And then this is this color? That's not terrible. What if it's this color? I like that more. Yeah, I like that more, especially because this looks like too sandy, so I feel like he might blend in with whatever we put him on. Yeah, that looks nice. So what if we did this, and then if we take these oranges, and then we just throw them all around his shirt? But what's interesting about these is that it's not just that. There's also got to be like some secondary element, like some leaves or something. Oh, these leaves look nice. Okay, so what if we just did oranges and then like one of these big leaves? Okay, hold on. So first, the leaf outline is going to look like this. is trace over this and give it its leafy quirks. And again, if we hate it, we can just do it over, which I am starting to hate right now. There we go. Hold on, I'm locked in. Just give me a minute. Okay, we'll do that, but then need to fix this and add another point here. Put this down, put this back. Alright, now how does that look? Nice and leafy. Nice and leafy. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, and then we can add a nice line right through the center. Yeah? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Don't need a shadow on that middle piece. Alright, cool. Nice. Very cool. And now we can do the shadow on it. Hold on. Does anybody else think Wave is a good name for this guy? I like that. We'll see. Alright, now if we do this, I think we can like lead it up this way. No, that's not right. If we do this, is that right? How does that look? 85. Not quite. It's okay. It's okay. We'll live with it. Alright. That'll be a nice pattern to repeat. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Cool. Alright. Now sometimes what I do is I'll take a pattern and put it in Photoshop so that way I can actually like duplicate it better. So I guess I lied. Technically I use Photoshop sometimes too. But that's just so I can make an actual tileable pattern. You know what? I can showcase how to do that this time too. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Photoshop. Hold on, let me hide my thing just in case there's spoilers. I don't think there is, but just in case. Oops, that's wrong. Hold on. Photoshop. Photoshop. Are you stupid or just dumb? Un momento. Oh my gosh! Thank goodness! Jeez! It literally spoils what the... Oh, thank goodness. It literally spoils what the toilet lower is about. I'm not even kidding you. Wow. Oh, dodged a bullet there. Jeez. Oh my gosh, that would have been terrible. Okay, nice. Didn't ruin everything. Ugh. Give me a minute. Wow. I need to just, like, recover from that for a second. Jeez. Okay. Okay. YouTube. Animation. Hold on, I gotta save this stuff. Think really quick. You know what? I'm just gonna stuff all this stuff in the New Year's short thing because I'm done with that New Year's. And then I'll make a folder. 2. There we go. All right. Save that. Ungroup that. Save that. Save this. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Save this and save this. Oop. Save this. Perfect. Okay. Photoshop. I can't believe I almost ruined that. That's so bad. I'm not even kidding you. That is insane. Okay, cool. All right, now we can go back. Full screen. Yay. Okay, cool. So hold on. So all I did off screen was I just hold on. Let me delete this so I can show you guys. So yeah, I got it. All I did is I just tossed this in here, and then we have this open. This is just all the things. I just save everything as a PNG, and then you drag, you drop, and then you drag, you drop. You know, let me just drag all these in here. Drag, drop, yay. Okay, cool. Well, it just, oh, there we go. Are we good? There you go. Okay, okay. Good. Cool. Now what we can do, Control S. Oh, that was scary for a second. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll just do this. Control S, and then it'll just be axe, shirt, tile. Cool. Yeah, I got it. And now what we do is image, nope, layer, filter, view. See, I don't do this a whole lot. That's how, there we go, pattern preview. Yep. Okay, cool. Now we can see what it'll look like when it's tiled. And then we can just, hold on, let me move this up here. Now we can just mess around with it and make it look nice and tileable. Let me see, how do these look? How do these shirts look? Do they all go the same way? Yeah, for the most part. I mean, well, it looks like those two flowers go different ways. Okay. So what I'm looking for then, we'll have that be fine. This can come down here. This will do this, and then we can just Control C, Control V, and then just tile it like this, and then Control C, Control V. Oops. Control C, Control V. Okay, hold on. Control C, Control V. There we go. And then take these, Control C, Control V. Hey, membership. Hi, Danno. How are you? Sorry I'm late. I'm excited for Toon Turf when it comes out. Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, that was wrong. Hold on. Sorry, I'm locked in right now. Give me a second. And take these, Control C, Control V. Tilt it the other way. How does that look? That looks pretty Hawaiian to me, although I forgot to do the stripes. Hold on. Put one at the very edge. Wait, that's wrong, because then that's going to be an issue in a minute. Oops. Okay, so then... how does that look? That looks more or less the same, right? Are we good? I'm having a problem here, because I feel like the oranges... it just looks like a bunch of butterflies. So what if we just... can we take the oranges out on their own, or maybe we should take the leaves out on their own? What happens if we just dupe the leaf? And then just... no. Move it around like this. This doesn't feel right. Am I wrong? Might be wrong. Just delete that. Let's just dupe the orange then. See what happens if we dupe the oranges. People just clicking onto the stream saying, wait a minute, I thought you said you made this in PowerPoint, not Photoshop. I'm just spending a minute in Photoshop so I can make a shirt texture to use in PowerPoint. Don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little heart. Oh, for the love of Pete. Control C, Control V. There you go. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Some better keybind or something. There we go. This looks a little more busy. The thing about these Hawaiian shirts is that they're just so ugly, and they're always so, like, distracting and busy. Oh, there we go. Much better. How does that look? That looks a lot better to me. Although it still looks a little... It still looks a little gappy. Am I wrong? It looks like there's a gap somewhere. Where's this gap that I'm seeing? Why is the... Now it's just gonna look like a bunch of spots. This doesn't look... This isn't right. Okay, I need to figure out something to do with the leaves. There's just no other way around it. There we go. It looks like a bird. Something looks like a bird. Guess these don't have to be lined up. Could just do this. And again, I am going a little faster than I would usually because we're streaming and I don't want to make you guys wait super duper long to watch all this and get to the better parts. Love Pete, am I blind? Where is this? There. Hand it here. Should I put that back down, actually? I need to move this back down. Alright, how's that? Nice and Hawaiian. It's good enough. We're just gonna go with good enough. Alright, export, file, export, and then we're going to quick export it as PNG. I'm going to go back here for just a second so we switch back to PowerPoint. Export, quick export as PNG. December, New Year's to shirt tile PNG. Perfect. Alright. Yes, save it. And we are back in PowerPoint. There we go. Alright, cool. So now that we've done that, we can, here, just to show you guys what it'll look like, we do this, and then we do picture fill, and then we do insert. Oh, crud. Hold on, let me change it again, just in case. Just in case. From a file. Oh, there we go. Well, that worked out a little better than I thought it would. Anyway, so we do insert from a file, and then just so you guys can see it, here's the shirt tile. We'll click that, insert tile as texture, and then... Look at this. The more we bring it out, look, it's just there, and then it's a little too big, so let's bring it down to like 50% on each. It's just trial and error at this point. 50%, still slightly big, I think, so let's bring it down to... Is that too big? Well, maybe it doesn't matter either way. Let's just do the, you know what, I'll just keep this up here for now, so that way we can come back to it. Now we can just do the shirt. All right. So, now, for the body... See. So, I know about the shirt, but I didn't even think about the pants. Okay, so this one's out. We're not going to do that. Maybe green? Maybe a dark green pants could work. Yeah, we'll do a dark green pants so it's similar to his eyes. We'll do that. Alright. We'll also have to give him a belt since we're going to make him shirtless, but just hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Just hold on. Oh, my body. My hair is going to fall out. I'm going to bald from stress. Okay. All right. I don't want to give him a neck. Since he's going to be shirtless, then we don't need to get him a neck. We can get away from... Whoa, I just see little floaty things in my eyes. Okay. We don't need to give him a neck. But what we can do is just take... we can just... You know, yeah, let's just do this. It's going to be squarish, but it won't end up like this. Square, make that. There we go. Wait, 3... Alright, let's see. How tall is he going to be? I want him to be like here. There you go. That's about right. I will go back and read more of the donations and everything towards the end. Please don't let me forget. But yeah. Alright, and let's give him a nice belt. Let's make it just a little bit thicker than his body. Although it won't, yeah, it's probably going to be hidden anyway at the end. But alright, and then this will be, we'll just give him a nice gray belt. We don't need to worry about that. Give him a nice little belt buckle. Actually, I kind of want it to be the same shape as his head. There we go. There we go. Let's shrink it down just a bit. Make it a little bigger than that. Nice little belt buckle. Cool. There we go. Trust the process. Trust the process. Now we can work on the shirt. Alright, where to start? Let's start with his collar. Let's just start with it. I'm wrong. Alright, you know what? We'll just do this. We'll just start with the shirt first. There you go. Alright. That seems about right. Cool. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll kind of make it a little more like it's like flailing over the edge just a bit. And this needs to be a corner point. This needs to be a corner point, I said. I could do this. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we get that nice little wrinkle in there. Alright, and then we can picture fill this. No line. Yeah, it is too big. Oh, I was wrong about the line. Hold on. Wait, 3. Yeah, it looks very Hawaiian. Alright, I say Hawaiian, I meant tropical, sorry, hold on. Alright, 25. Do 25, 25? Yeah, it looks a little better. I think. Does that look better, or does that look too busy compared to this? Oh, that might look better. We'll keep it at this for now. Okay, now what we get to do is we get to group the head, because we are we're done with it for now. There we go. Oh, not this random orange over here. Jeez. Hold on. Alright, group the head so we can get it out of the way easier. Get it in the way so that way we can see what we're doing. Alright. So we got that, and then let's do his collar. His collar can be like this, I think. Yeah, there we go. And this I want to be a corner point. Make this straight. Straight. It's kind of nice curved, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad. This is one of those times when I'm glad that I did a tile. Sometimes I switch between it. Sometimes I do tile. Sometimes I don't. And this is one of those times where I'm glad I'm doing tile, because I feel like it would look, or it would be just be a little hard fitting it in the lines in any other way. And yeah. All right, how does that look as far as his collar goes? It's not working for me. This needs to be a corner too. This needs to be straight. There we go. Looks a little better. Should we? I think that's fine for the most part. What happens if we come up with? Oh, nope. What happens if we move this up? Let's do the other side and see. Hold on. There we go. No, these need to be hidden. Right? Alright, what if we group on group, take these guys and bring them to the front? Oof, that does look better. Okay. At least for me. I think it looks a little better. Alright. We can't move them up like that or else they look weird. So let's do that. Alright, perfect. Yeah, there we go. Good enough. All right, now for this, see the issue here is that these kind of line up, and that's a little weird. So what we do here is we would just offset it a little bit. There we go. Not too much, just a nice amount, so that way it looks like it's a continuing pattern. I feel like we need to bring this down a little more. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not wrong, I'm right. There we go. Perfect, I'm always right. Lovely, there we go. Very nice. Alright, now we get to do the arms. So the arms, which is interesting, the arms are like this, and then make it axolotl colored, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. And then what we need to do is edit, make this, make this brought down here, then make this a curved segment. There we go, look at that, nice little arm shape. And then I usually also edit, bring this, make this a little, oh, hold on. We don't usually see this, but I usually make it a curved segment just in case his wrist ever gets exposed. There we go. Nice, look at that, nice little arm. It won't even matter anyway because we're going to cover it up. But it's okay. There we go. Perfect. Alright, now let's give him a sleeve. Sleeve shape. Picture. Outline, solid line. Black. Make this 3. Bring this here. Edit points. Make this a little curved. Yep. I didn't used to curve sleeves. I try to now because it looks just a little better. Cool. How's that? Alright. He looks all snuggly. A little drunk. That's okay. Alright. And then you know what else I try to do sometimes? Just to add just like the smallest little bit of, not perspective, because I can't do perspective, but that. So that way. Yeah, perspective, why not? You know what? What if we just had that one collar ahead? So what if we did this? There we go. Yeah, I think that's fine. How does that look? Because he looks a little too front-facing right now. So let's just move his head to the side a little bit. Cool. I think his body's a little too wide. Maybe it's his arm not being long enough. A couple issues going on here. But I do think his body's a bit wide right now. Alright, let's make it a little slimmer. There we go. Cool. Cool, I like that a lot. Alright, is there anything weird about the feet? No, yeah, we can just give him hands. It's fine. Alright, I mentioned potentially giving him, like, Thanos gloves or something, right? So, we could try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we can try giving him some gloves. I feel like gloves on a tropical beach might not fit, but it's okay. Okay, to make a glove, we just do that. And we just do that. Look at that. Look at how complicated Riggy's gloves are. Alright, and then let's give him some Thanos colored gloves. And then, there we go. It's fun to hide little dumb Easter eggs and stuff. Hold on, let me look up the Infinity Gauntlet. Let me see what it looks like. Infinity Gauntlet. There we go. Alright. What's so special? We got all the gems, but I feel like that would be a little too hard to hide. Yeah, I feel like that would be too hard to hide incognito on his hands. Yeah, we can fit it in somewhere else, but... Let's see, what if we just do red? Red and blue. And then... the yellow for the... big Mind Stone. What if we do this? How does that look? Does that... It just looks too obvious to me. Hold on. This wouldn't be the final design, but like we'd play around with it more, but it just looks a little too obvious, you know what I mean? It looks like the Infinity Gauntlet. It's not working for me. You know what we'll do? We'll make his alcohol glass look infinity colored. So we'll put this to the side for now and then just give him regular hands. And by regular hands, I mean plop. It's so bad. I'm terrible at this. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I feel like so many artists are going to watch this and be like, Danno, I saw how you draw. I have so much better, I have a much better idea for you as an artist, what to use and stuff. There we go. And then flip that around, Wicked Witch. Flip that around. Oh, wait, we didn't do the shading on this first. We didn't do the shading on all this, actually. Alright, well, hold on. Let's do... You know what? Let's give him some nice shorts first. Let's give him the shorts. There we go. And we said, like, a dark green, right? To match his eyes. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Do this. Give him some nice cargo shorts. And then we need to give him the feet. I kind of want him wearing sandals. Hold on. I don't think I've ever drawn a sandal before. Eesh. There we go. Do that. And then do this. And then sandal. How do we draw a sandal? Maybe if we do this. Is that right? That's a little hard. Give him some nice yellow sandals. It's a little weird, but I think it'll work for now. These look more like slides than sandals, but... Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. He's good enough. Hold on. This is so hard. Why don't I know how to draw a sandal? Ew. It's just, I think it's hard with perspective, too. You know what? Hold on. Maybe we can do the Y shape that sandals have sometimes. Or is this just going to look worse? I can't tell. Make them slides? I might have to. I wanted tropical sandals, but I don't know. Like, slides are easy, because then you just bring up the ending. Or you just bring up or slides. I was thinking of slippers. Hold on. You just bring up the tip like that, and then you curve that segment. Hold on. Ugh, even that looks bad. Wow, I'm on a roll today. There you go. See, that's usually how that would look. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great. If we do this. That looks better. Huh. Well, there we go. Maybe we just had to hide it enough. It looks bad when it's all the way up there, but then when we hide it, it looks a little nicer. We'll just go with that. Yeah, that's nice. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I can live with that. I can live with that. All right. I can definitely live with that. Because then it looks like this is actually going behind the foot, so. All right, much better. And then let's just copy this for the length so we can get a good view. Sometimes I make the legs and the arms the same length. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have to make it just slightly thicker. I think for him, we're going to have to make it just a little thicker. That. Take that back. Get rid of that. His legs look too muscular. Yeah. Cool. Much better. Alright. Take that back. Take that back. Shrink the cargo shorts a bit. How's that look? Yeah, he looks nice. Definitely gives a very Islander feel. And then how's that gonna look when we dupe it? Yeah, that'll look good, right? I think so. I think that'll look perfectly good. Perfectly okay. perfectly PC. I just watched that video again for the first time in a long time. Usually another thing too, what I love about my job is while I'm doing all of this, I can just listen to YouTube videos because I'm talking to you guys right now, but usually I'm doing all this in my head. And so, I know usually okay, this bit is hidden behind his belt, but it's nice for if I would ever want to make him walk, then we can do that and have it, yeah. Anyway, but what's nice is I can listen to YouTube videos while I'm doing this too. I can listen to, lore theories, or I can watch Netflix without, watching it, you know what I mean? Just have it off in my other monitor and just listen to what's going on, which is, I know, a terrible way to take in cinema, but, you know, it's just, it's better than nothing, right? Sometimes the things kind of go off the rails like this, so then you can just like right click it, make it a straight segment, or these have little bars that you can mess with the thing. So move this up, take this, move this up, take this, there we go, no, there we go, lovely, 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 lovely. Alright, and then we can mess with these, make them all the shading colors. Outline, 85. Perfect. There we go. Alright, we got his legs. Did I miss? Hold on, did I miss this part right here? I think I did. Yeah, I missed that. There you go. Cool. Look at that. We got his legs. Yay. So cool. He can walk now, kind of. He can conceptually walk. Good enough. Cool. Alright, and now let's do his belt and stuff. Alright, so what's interesting about characters like this with something overlapping is what I used to do is I would just draw the shadow like this, right? And that's why you can see, and then, yeah, like that, right? But then when you remove the shirt, then he's got like a little gap here. So that's why if you look at like Ricky's shorts, I drew the shorts, well, I fixed this model, but normally I drew these shorts like around his fist when he's in this default pose, which is bad because then you can see he's got like this weird little like bump thing on his pants. And that's just because that's just the way I used to do it. Now what I do is I'll eyeball it and then I will overcorrect. So yes, I'll still do this, but then I'll take it all the way back here, which is such a small change, but it means a lot in the long run. Okay, look at that. I should have even gone further, which is cool. Do that, make it black. No outline. 85. So when the shirt's gone, yes, it looks a little more shaded than it should be, but it's worth it, I think. Do this. For super dark bits like this, I can't stick to my 85 rule with the shadow. I have to instead go down to 75, so that way it stands out. Then I also have to do that for reds. Cool. No. That's not right. Hold on. Oop. There we go. Cool. No. No. Cool, there we go. We got his belt. Except this needs to go back down to 85. So it matches. No, not a big 8. 8. 85. My entire brain is just a collection of sound bites, man. Alright, and then we can do this. We'll fix the shirt in a minute. Don't you worry your little head off. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Ungroup this so that way we can bring these to the front so that way the shadows don't overlap. And then you know what, while we're here, let's also just do the shading on the inside. Be like this, I think, and then it'll come think it'll line up about here, but I'll go back and fix it in a second. There we go. Cool. And then we're going to take this and move it to the back. And then, yep, I was right. We're going to have to fix it a little bit. Just line these guys up so that way whenever his shirt flies off, you don't have to redo it entirely. And I can fix these up. Cool. Do this. And then sometimes I'll just do this to make the process a little easier, because both of these are going to be hidden, so one of them doesn't have to be brought forward, which makes it a little nicer. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's okay. There we go. Cool. Alright, now this guy can be brought back to the front, ungrouped. Then we can do all of these at once. I usually wait to do all of them until one big time, so I don't have to keep doing it for each individual one. Just saves time. Cool. Okie dokie. Now we can group these two. We can group these two. You know what? I think this actually needs to be 75. There's just a lot of clashing colors and stuff. You can't really see the shadows, so yeah, this will be 75 as well. There we go. Cool. Alright, that's good. We can make these two go together. This is already together. This is already together. Good. Alright, and now we can bring this and the head. Oh, dang it. Did I ungroup the head? Oof. Alright, bring all that to the front. Make that group. Cool. Alright. Nice. Alright, we're almost done, actually, which is crazy. It's pretty speedy. Alright. Cool. And then let's do his arm. There we go. Do his nice hand. Do this. This. And there we go. Cool. Bring this to the front. This and this. Get to be made black. No outline. 85. And done. Oh, beautiful. Nope, not his head. There we go. Ah, beautiful. Actually, this one has to be 75 to match with the rest. Alright. Oop. There we go. Put that there. And lovely. We pretty much finished with him, actually. Put this one. What else do we got to do? I mean, there we go. Cool. I think he should be a little shorter, actually. Hold on. Yeah, we got to make him a little shorter. Let's group, ungroup. Hold on. Just do this. Cool. Much better, in my opinion. His shoulders look a little too unrelaxed. See, the shoulders, the higher you put them, the more unrelaxed they are. The lower you put them, the more relaxed and chilled out. There you go. Cool. Look at that. Little guy. Look at that. We got our little guy. And then we get to do the final touches. There we go. Alright, final touches. Let's give him a nice little drink. So I'll do this, 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 this. These two can... Oop, you're coming with me. Do this. Bring this down a lot. There we go. Bring this up right at this. And then we gotta flip it. And then... that. There we go. And then... oh, dang it, the hand. That's okay. Cool. Alright, now for the glass, let's see. Should we give him a bottle or like a little like glass? I feel like I was leaning towards glass, but more like a chalice, honestly. Honestly, that's perfect alcohol shape. There we go. Just do this. And then nice and simple. Nice and simple. K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. There we go. Curve that bad boy. Although That's probably going to be too long. Hold on. Yeah, way too long. So we got to bring these down. Cool. And then, you know, let's honestly just make all this a little thinner. Bring it down like this. Cool. Alright, now let's make this look like an infinity gauntlet. Let's try that out. So if we do this, that's a little bit of gold shape. Now it's just looking like the Raiders of the Lost Ark chalice. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's make it a little transparent. Oh, but then there's the issue with that thing. Alright. So let's bring this here, and then this can be brought about here. Yeah. Cool. And then let's give him some, you know what, let's just give him some Infinity War themed drink. So let's just give it a little bit of, here's what we'll do. We'll make it red. Make the drink itself red. And then we will add, oh, there we go. You can't even tell that's red that much. And then we'll add, hold on, let me just grab the gauntlet. There we go. We'll just add some nice little toppers to his drink. Look at that. There's a certain point where sometimes you can't even tell if something's a reference, but it just adds detail and it's nice. Should we add that here instead? Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. And then what are the other stone colors? We got, I need orange and purple and green. Orange, okay, green, orange, and purple. Cool. Look, it just looks like a couple berries now at this point. It's nice. Nice little berries and stuff. Looks like a nice little accent to his cup. There you go. See? It's goofy, it's small, it doesn't even make a little bit of sense, but to me they just look like little berries. Yeah? Hold on. I gotta read the chat. I'm missing chat again. Hold on. Oh, I forgot the tail. You're right. I'll go back and do it in a second. So much chat, so much chat, so much chat. Give me a second. Yo, I'm back. Did Danno add socks yet? Oh! That's a good point. We should give him socks. For no other reason than it would make a lot of people angry. Give him some white socks, and then have him come up on his leg. Hold on. There we go. Hey, it makes sense. All right, he's an alcoholic. He's lazy. He's not gonna bother putting on actual shoes. He's just gonna put on some socks with his sandals. There you go. Nice. You make it a little bit of red too. Right? Is that sock color? No, it just looks like a baseball. Cool. Oops. Didn't close the point. There we go. Sometimes if you double click, then it finishes the thing before you actually finish the point. 85. Add a drop shadow. Then we can just kill off this whole leg. While we're here, we can actually fix up this as well. Cool. And then, cool. And then, actually, let's just delete all this. And then just group all this together. Send it back. Control C, Control V. There you go. How does that look? Yeah, look at him. He's got his socks. Honestly, now we can make his legs a little longer because they look a little short now compared to his arms. Oh, let me just kill that off again. Do this. Make it just a little longer. Just a bit. How's that? Nice. Much nicer. How's that? Look at this little goofy dude. Look at this little goofy dude. So goofy. Yeah, let's finish up the glass really quick, and then we'll get to the tail, and that'll be our finishing touch. Rotate, flip horizontal. Flip the shadow, put it over here. Let's add. Hold on. There we go. Again, these are something that I just don't have to worry about moving on their own a lot, which means that I'm able to get away with making the shadow all together. The shadow? Oh. What am I missing? What did I messed something up here. Okay. I want to roll today. It's another thing. If you do too much shadow, then sometimes it just gets all messy. There you go. If you try to do too much of the shadows at once. There you go. Oops. There. Outline, no outline. 85. There you go. Control G. That's not right. There you go. Give his glass a little bit of a... There you go. This is the Mind Stone, supposedly, too, by the way. Just tossed at the bottom. Alright, and then we can do this. Make this all... It's the Mind Stone at the center, right? Am I wrong, or is that the Soul Stone? Can't remember. I don't know. Hold on, this is gonna bug me now. What stone in the middle of Thanos' gauntlet? It's the Mind Stone, I was right! There we go. Cool. Cool. Bring all this up here. The glass doesn't have to have that much shading on it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's not how that goes. Okie dokie. Move this up here. And I've now been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, short stream, my butt. Okay. Well, if you want to know why Toon Turf took so long, there you go. Now you get first-hand viewing of the drawing process. Although to be fair, it's only been 1 day, right? But then, you know, I got to do this for environments and stuff too, and it's and all the different poses and yada yada yada. Although nothing takes quite as long as doing like a character design for the very first time. Alright. 85, there we go. And then I'll just group the whole glass together. Actually, I'll group the glass and the hand together. Actually, yeah. No, we're good, right? Yeah, we're good. Then I can do the wrist and the arm. Move this down a bit. There we go. And lovely. Look at that. How gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops. Perfect. Perfect. And perfect. Yay! It's a Muppet Show. Alright, cool. There's a line sticking out here. Hold on. Yeah, it's this. Okay. Nice. There we go. He's got his nice little drink. Alright, here's our guy. Here is our guy. Look at that. Ugh. Beautiful. He seems like a really fun guy to be around. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, the socks do add a lot, actually. Alright, there's our dude. And now we get to do a tail really quick. And honestly, I do not feel like doing more than just... Hold on. There you go. What does an axolotl tail even look like? Yeah, it's similar enough. How's that? Huh? Is that good? It's gotta be down here. How's that? Bruh, no, it looks completely different. It has like a big, like... Okay, hold on. See, this is the problem. This is my problem. It has to be perfect. Wee. Can't just let something be. I feel like this is going to be too long to manage. There we go. Oops. There. How's that? And then it just has to collapse at the tips. Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Let's just give this one some transparency, actually. Or should we... Does it go on both sides? It goes on both sides, doesn't it? How are we even going to do that? I guess. It's okay. It's not great. Ugh, I don't like it. Nobody's caught the Office reference in the first episode of Toon Turf. There was an Office reference, and there was a very obvious Parks and Recreation reference with one of the character names. But the Office reference was, anyway, it was in one of the scenes. You guys have seen The Office, right? I thought it would be like pointed out right away, and somebody would be like, "Oh, Danno made a mistake," and then somebody would be like, "Wait a minute, that's not a mistake, that's a reference." Now that I've said it, people are probably going to go analyze it and then find it, and then I'll be like, I should have just kept my mouth shut. Somebody would have found it in like a couple years, and it would have been funny. The tail sucks. I'm not happy with the tail. See, this is why sometimes animals just don't get tails. What's the difference between this one and this one? I feel like this one's better. Am I wrong? Ugh, I'm wrong. I don't like it. You can't tell that's an axolotl tail. I'm frustrated. It's because it's a lot more narrow, I think. Maybe that's why. Look, this does just have like a big flat bit. That's what's going on. That's my problem. This is flat. This needs to just be narrow. That is what's going on. And also, I think this needs to be a corner point instead. No, not that cornery. There we go. Much better. And then let's get this guy like a little bit of like a dragon, like some lines going on. I think that's another thing I need. Yeah, this looks a little fishy, you know what I mean? In like a good way. Goodbye, Norma. Goodbye, Jean. Meet again. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Alright. And now these guys can all be black, theoretically, but then we're going to make them transparent to where they match like that. Oh, lovely. Group, ungroup, bring this up. No. Bring this up. Much better. Look at that. Look at how much better that is. That's a much better tail. Still not perfect, but I think it's a lot better. I think that is a much better axolotl tail. Cool. All right, look at that. We got our axolotl. Yeah? I like it. I like it a lot. It's very cute. Very cute. All right, what are we going to name him? What are we going to name him? Name him first, and then we will add the final Danno Cal detail, of course. Well, I want to name him something beachy. Axel seems a little too on the nose. Right, Wave. I like Wave. Alan. We're not naming him after some of my smiling friends. Speaking of smiling friends, I watched it for the first time with a couple friends. Well, actually, I watched it for the first time a long time ago with Johnny. And I was like, this is kind of dumb. And then my friends made me watch it again a couple weeks ago, and I was like, wow, this is peak. What the heck was wrong with me? And we just binged a bunch of them. Sandollar, naming him after Stranger Things. Wave, Wave, Wave. I'm seeing a lot of people say Wave. I like Wave. Oh, Coral. Oh, Coral is good too. Like Nemo? Lake. No, that's a bit much. All right, Coral or Wave? Let me put that in chat. Hold on. Engage with your audience. Cool. Start a poll. Wave. Coral. All right, what do you guys think? Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of waves. You know what's cool is, you know what? Maybe we'll give him a sister or a daughter, or maybe he's a, maybe he's a drunk character or something or maybe he's like a bad dad and he's got like a son named Coral that he ignores or something. But yeah, Wave. I like Wave a lot. All right. Wave. All right. Cool. Your name is Wave. Weren't they supposed to be a girl? Oh, good question. Honestly, it could swing either way. Here, look. There we go. Wave. Yeah, Wave the axolotl. Are they a guy? Are they a girl? I don't know. You guys get to headcanon whatever you want. Probably won't talk or anything. They'll just be nice in the background, and you guys can look and say, hey, I was there for that. I made that. Ugh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Let's finish the shading on the tail that I forgot, and then we'll add the final detail to officially make him a Danno Cal character. That's a weird thing to say. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yay. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then we get to do the final detail. Copy the graph paper. Copy this. And gradient fill, picture fill. That just helps PowerPoint know what I want to do right now. And then we can add this. Yay, look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're going to have a problem here. That's okay. We'll just go around it. There we have it. Meet again. Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. The socks are the wrong line weight. How come nobody called me out? I'll fix it in a second. Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Hope you find your paradise. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. Goodbye, Toby. I went to see Avatar last night. It was pretty good. I liked it. I didn't like, I understand what people mean now. My brother kept saying, like, I asked him, like, is the story good? And he goes, you don't really go for the story. You go for the experience. And I was like, what the heck is that supposed to mean? No, I'm going for a story. I'm going to go see a movie. I want to go see the story. I mean, most of the time. Sometimes you go for the experience. You know, you go see a Christopher Nolan movie and stuff. But Avatar, I understood what he meant. I mean, it was like a ride. And I got shocked, like, when the 20th Century Fox logo came up and it was in 60 frames per second. I was like, wow. Oh, my gosh. It was just shocking. Like, oh. Goodbye, Toby. It's been nice. Hope you find your... Listen, I am giving you guys a great power in knowing how to animate like me. In that we're making a truce here that you guys won't make any, like, fake Toon Turf leaks or anything, okay? Go ahead, make your fan shows, whatever. Make sure you label it unofficial or whatever, but please don't, like, I don't know, animate Riggy, like, doing some NSFW garbage or blah, 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 or, like, I don't know, throwing a kid off a building. All right. Goodbye, Norma. Goodbye, Jean. Will we ever meet again? There we go, and there we go. Perfect. Ah, crud, I forgot the glass. Cool. There we go. Picture fill. Take away the lines. And there we go. Look at that. He's an actual official Toon Turf character now. Wow! Look at him! Hi, Wave! Everybody say hello to Wave. He's lovely. And that's how I made a whole show in PowerPoint. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hold on, let me fix this line weight really quick. There we go. I kind of like it the other way more now, actually. Okay, well, that's hilarious. Anyway, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. He's so cute. Wow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yeah, yeah, and so then from there, I just would slap him in Premiere. I can't do this right now. But hold on, let me just find an example. There we go. Yeah, so we got some stuff going on here, and you could see basically. Let's get where's the bit? Who's running? There we go. Oh yeah, I don't think you can even see his legs move in the actual video. But if we go in here, I think it's this, right? Is this it? No, it's this bit. Hold on. Yeah, so look, so what I would do is I would save each thing as like an individual thing. So I would save that, I would save that, I would save that, and then I would save that and that as PNGs. And then I would just move them all, and then I would do the, you know what I mean? And then he would do his arm movements and stuff. And then you would bounce him afterwards in this little section. Anyway, so, yep. And then I would just export that as a .mov file and then toss it into Toonville. And this is my Blender file for Toonville. It's a little, oh, actually it's more updated than I thought. Yeah, actually, it's kind of cool. I got Toonville moving a lot more smoothly because of a bunch of optimization things. It was so laggy before this, and after I finished episode 1, I was able to go back and just like optimize things and blah, 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 blah. My editor, Steve, he's wonderful, taught me how to fix everything up, and now we got, yeah, we got nice Toonville figured out. It's all lovely. We got everybody's houses. We got Rosie's lovely house, which, hey, we're going to do the inside of Rosie's house on stream soon, hopefully. A members only stream. And then we got downtown Toonville that way. Yeah, we got the factory and stuff. All lovely. That's actually not going to be in an episode. This is, that was just a copy-paste from the burning and everything. Now it's just going to be covered up in the construction stuff. But yeah, and then we got the Rhinopolis. We got Blueberg down that way. But yeah, so pretty cool. Yep, and Riggy's house and stuff, so. Anyway, yeah, and then we're just going to have the, I'm getting sidetracked. What am I talking about? Did I clear up everything? Yeah. I was going to say, I made sure to go through here and clear up all the spoilers and stuff before I went live. Yeah, let me double check. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, okay, good. I was just making sure. We're good. Anyway, but yeah, so, yeah, everything's, anyway. Oh, but yeah, so now you know. But now you know. Hold on. Oh, gosh. Oh, that feels so good. Give me a second. Ah, I'm good. Ah. Okay. Hold on. Let me look at my super chats really quick, and then we can start wrapping up. Who sent me a text? Did I get canceled? No, we're good. Okay, cool. Every time I'm live streaming, I don't know why. Okay. Thoughts on the new Stranger Things season? I think they landed it good enough. I think they landed the final episode good enough. I think there was issues with, honestly, a lot of the show. Like, everybody was cheering when Will got powers, and then I was like, yeah, but he was sidelined for 3 seasons. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, how great of a moment can it really be? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe, like, well, he had a bit in season 2 and stuff, but I don't know. And it was a cool moment, but then he didn't really use it that much in the final battle. You know, I got that he was, like, having his psychic connection. And then there's, like, you know, the plot holes with the hive mind and stuff. I did like that they had the balls to, spoilers, I like how they had the balls to kill off 11, although they kind of, you know, I like the ending, too. Like, I know it was controversial with them saying maybe she is alive, but I think it was obvious that she was dead. If they do bring her alive, then I will have a lot less respect for the Duffer Brothers, but I thought it was done well enough. But, yeah. Anyway. Danno, what do you think of Darius? Yeah, Darius Dax Dagas. He's one of my favorite characters for season 1. The other characters call him Dax. You know, Darius is just, it sounds weird rolling off the tongue. Hey, Darius, what are you up to? But, yeah. I think the name, too, it'll get more... Anyway. Santi sent me a message to fix the poster in your background. The Mario Odyssey poster has been hanging by a thread for about, I'm going to say probably 3 weeks. It might have gone down in a stream. I'm not sure, but yeah. I'll get to it eventually. I'm busy, okay? Anyway. But yeah. I'm excited for episode 2. You know what? Hey, you know what? Episode 2, I feel like... I need to just shut up, okay? You know what? I kept talking about, like, Billy and everything. It was fun doing it one time, teasing, you know, hey, Billy's gonna freaking die. But then, for the rest of the season, again... The point of Toon Turf is that anybody can die, no plot armor and everything, but it's not going to work if I keep saying, like, oh, this episode's going to be big for this character, just you wait, and like, oh, I hope you guys really like him, or I go, you know, blah, 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 blah. I am excited for the rest of season 1, though, and I hope that I hope it comes out good, and I hope you guys like it, and yeah, hey, but, hey, keep your expectations in check, all right, because I know episode 1 was like, you know, it's a big deal, and, you know, you had all this stuff stuffed in there, and you got Billy dying and everything, but every single episode can't have an epic moment like that, all right, because we got to have pacing, we got to build out the show, we got to have normal episodes, so that way the stakes can be set up and stuff. There will still be a lot of highs like that, I think, I hope. You know, I mean, I know there will be, but I hope you guys receive it as well and everything, but be prepared because there is going to have to be some downtime where we're just chatting, characters just talking some more and stuff like that, and then crying, and then Riggy being all depressed and stuff. So, anyway, I want you to leak some stuff. I can't think of anything. You know what? I also can't say the release date or anything because I feel, yeah, we'll talk about this in the long form. But anyway, all right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Hold on. Let me finish reading the super chats. I haven't finished. Please say hashtag duct tape army. Yeah, Danno, do you still live in California? I live in LA right now. But yeah, have you seen Middle School Misery episode 2? I have not gotten around to it, but I've seen some reactions to it being very positive. So that's hype. Thoughts on the new string? Oh, yeah, I saw that. Danno, I bought all the merch and an extra Billy plush to burn, and I'm getting an extra Lucky plush to make a prop of the plush after the fire. Yo, that's so cool. Oh, you're going to make like a half-burned Lucky plush? Good luck, but also please stay safe and do it with your parents. Snow Leopard. Nice. Oh, this was back when I was asking. Snow Leopard would be a cool character. Red Rabbit. Yeah, Red Rabbit. Ho, ho. Big fan. Can I get a shout out? I'm a small animator inspired by it. Yeah, shout out Wave TV. Oh, yeah, I did that. I feel like you're dying. Oh, yeah, I read these. Hold on. Billy's voice actor was peak. Thank you. Thank you for the pound. SK, the SK. Salesman makes everything better. Chroma Corp TV. Yeah, salesman, baby. I still haven't made my salesman short yet. I have it on the schedule, though. Love your content. Can't wait for episode 2. Thank you so much for the 2. Thank you for the pound. SK, the SK. Dude, Ferric sent another 10 memberships? Is that new or is that original? Wow, that's crazy. Hey, XOLOTL. My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. Oh, yeah, dude, the Bill Cipher quote. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, we just made the great axolotl from Gravity Falls. Mr. Grace for Toon Turf, you should tell them about your awesome work in the Discord server we've done in the Discord. Also follow stream. Oh, yeah, hey, join the Discord server. Got an all-new mod team. I think it's going really great, so make sure to join the Discord server. It's linked in a bunch of descriptions. Although it may not work anymore. I'll double check it. If not, then hopefully I'll be able to update this soon in the description of the stream. But yeah, join the Discord server. I think we have about like 70,000 members in it, which is insane, but it's nice. And, you know, on the Danno Cal channel, doing some Discord reviews upcoming soon again and everything. So yeah. He digging those eyes, though. I don't know what that means, but all right, cool. Can I have a Riggy shout-out, please? Shout-out Caden Huffman. Thanks for the membership. Yahooville, welcome to the membership. Riggy explores a factory at 3 a.m. challenge. Hi, Dan, can I teach you how to play Yeeps on VR soon? What? What is Yeeps? Welcome to the membership, Retro4. I love ice cream so much. Me too. It's amazing. Yo, I love your vids. Thank you, too, for the $2 Purple Bear. Hey, Danno, how are you? Sorry I'm late. Oh, that's okay. I love Toon Turf. I'm so happy. I'm excited for episode 2 when it releases. It'll release. Episode 2, at least, I can confirm is going to happen. All right? Episode 2 will happen. Beyond that, we're just gonna have to talk about it. Just wait for the update video, and we'll talk about everything. What if there is a version with the ist but same but rev? English, do you speak it? I'm kidding. That's a quote from Pulp Fiction. I'm not just being mean. And also, I know it's hard to type in the phone. Like sometimes with like Super Chat, for some reason it just auto corrects, and it's always a bunch of garbage. And sometimes the text just bounces around. It's weird. Welcome to the membership. I am 2X. Welcome Mega Knight to the membership. How you doing? Danno, hi Mega Knight. Thank you for the 267. Is it possible if you can give people more time to buy the merch? My brother wants the merch and he needs a few more weeks to save up his money. I will work on it. I can't promise anything though. I'm sorry, but I'm working on it behind the scenes. Okay, trust. But for now, it is set at 8 days. But I'll let you guys know. Riggy.shop. Hooray! I caught a Danno stream in time. Perfect. And also, hey, if the merch goes away now, hopefully. I'm about 60% sure we'll have merch again eventually. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have merch again eventually. Okay, it's sold decently enough to where I think it'll be okay. But yeah, thank you for the 2. Name him Alan. Oh jeez. Thank you for the $1, Jaxo the Rabbit. I'm a fan. It's the fan character contest winner, Axel's secret brother. Is there a second? Oh, is there a fan contest winner, Axolotl? I have no brain. There was like 50 of them, but I have no brain. I can't remember. I'll check soon. Thank you for the membership. Your local weirdo. Hi, Danno. Can you shout out my own mascot Calm the Red Rabbit in Riggy's voice? You are the mascot's biggest inspiration, so make me very happy. Shout out Calm the Red Rabbit. Got you covered. Thank you for the membership. Turbo Animations. Santi said fix your poster in the background. Yeah, okay, cool. Caught up. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. I appreciate you as always. Thank you for everything. Thank you for having Toon Turf do so well. Keep an eye out for a short on Riggy's channel coming in the next couple days. It just has to finish up the dubbing. And, yeah, I appreciate you so much, and I'm so grateful for everything. Genuinely, the reactions to Toon Turf, the fan art, the edits that Leia keeps sending me, everything. You guys are just the best, and I'm grateful as always for you guys being here. Members only stream coming soon, and yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking by me. Okay. Yeah. I hope you guys have a good night. Okay. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! First stream of the new year, baby. Nice.